want a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least two.
Keep it bad and you know it, don't forget to show out. Calling all my bad bitches in the motherfucking. Okay, this for all my divas, where you at? Roll call. Whether you're from the valley or the trap, roll call.
Alright, welcome to this week's episode of Sister Code. I'm Ariel from the new 107.3 The Beat.
And I'm Jussie, and I completely forgot that there's a camera over there. I'm looking at my phone. Yeah, and I look at you and you're like, hey, camera. And I'm like, shit, okay.
And I'm like,
let me get myself together. How are you guys?
Alright. So, how's this week going for you?
Well, I decided to have an attitude of gratitude, so it's going well.
Oh, well, you're doing a whole lot better than I am because while I do have an attitude of gratitude,
It sounds good. Okay.
Right.
It's been a week. Okay. You see me over here stretching. I need to do my yoga. My body feels stiff, and I think it's because my mind is. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I am too. It's like my mind is so all over the place. And what's crazy is it's like I think it has a lot to do with me about the transition from my 20s to my 30s.
Oh.
And so everything is kind of like I'm letting go of control, but trying to control releasing control.
Right. It's like, here, I'm gonna let it go, but at the same time I need to stay within these boundaries.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, don't. And you're trying to reach here.
And then there are so many spiritual things happening, and so many emotional things happening, and so many mental things happening, and they all require this vast amount of change that makes me hella uncomfortable. So now I'm angry, and I'm sad, and I'm anxious, and it's all over the goddamn place.
Oh my gosh, right.
It's just like PMS that will just never end.
Yes, because we're not just turning 30. All of our friends are turning 30, and everybody's at this point like, okay, so we grown now.
Right. So I really have to get my shit together.
Yeah, so we're feeling like,
why do we do that?
It's the pressure society puts on us, and I as much as I love social media, I hate the part that it forces us to compare, and comparison is the thief of joy.
But here's the thing, though. We keep calling it social media as if this is some fun little stuff. It is a social market.
Social market, definitely.
It's
and I love how you said that the other day.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess because it was like,
just social media. This is a whole fucking market out here.
This is a market. Alex Wolf, one of my favorite people to follow, she does a lot of like digital archaeology. And she just kind of broke down the difference between Snapchat and Facebook. And that's when I came to the premise that Facebook, Instagram, this is no longer a social media platform because social media is for you to actually socialize with people that you know. On Instagram and Facebook, it's actually about a marketplace. You're branding, you're selling. Everybody is picture perfect because that's what people want to buy.
Right.
And we keep coming to it with this ideal that social media is
our friends.
And
it's not. The algorithm has changed, and guess what? It's all about
the fact that there is an algorithm lets you know that there is a business model, which lets you know that this is no longer for fun, sis. This is about making some coin. So treat it accordingly.
Better bag it. Right. And it's so messed up because for years, my first, I got on social media my freshman year of college, 2007. I think I had MySpace before that, but it wasn't nothing serious. We might update.
No, it was serious because if you got your top 8 friends wrong, bitch, somebody was not talking to you.
Oh yeah, and you could put music in the background.
Oh man, I was so every time I got a new boyfriend, I got a new profile song.
Oh my god, right? Or whoever you were trying to track. Hey, I like that song. Anyway, so I get Facebook like at least 10 years ago, right? And in the first 5 years, I was accepting anybody's friend request because I had a cousin who had a boyfriend who wasn't shit, and she would make fake profiles to friend all his girlfriends. So that taught me you don't know who's on the other side. Yeah. So I would accept anyone, but I would only post things that I wouldn't mind somebody going to show my grandma. That was my.
Yeah.
So I was going hard for years and built so many friends and followers and all this shit, and then finally I got sick of it. Well, I had a daughter, and I kind of had to reevaluate everything, and then I'm like, okay, so why am I here?
Yeah.
What am I doing? How am I presenting myself? It became more serious. And right at the time I decided to back out, I was starting a business. And I took some classes to learn about media communications. And I learned that in order to have a successful business in 2019, you have to have a social media presence.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because digital is everything. And that should have went to show you right there that this is no longer about having fun, taking pictures, being a creator as much as it is grabbing consumers.
Money, yeah.
That is the difference now. Like when Facebook started, it was about friends connecting with each other and you being updated on your friend who lives on the other side of the
Hadn't
world.
seen
while
since
you-
kindergarten.
Yeah, like that was what this originally the original concept of Facebook, but then
And
it
YouTube.
became and YouTube, Facebook,
YouTube started off with
Instagram.
something so family could see each other on different
Exactly.
sides, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
now-
now you got Snapchat. It's the only thing that's kind of stayed true to its original creation, because when you open Snapchat, the first thing you do when you open Snapchat is you see a camera,
Right.
which is asking you now to create, not
That's
consume,
true.
but create.
Oh, that's a good point, sis.
Now we're here.
Now we're here. Creating.
And now we're here.
Creating and reaching you guys
Yeah.
through social media.
Through social media. And what are we doing the entire time on our staying true to our brands, even if we're not conscious of it, staying true to our brands, posting what's going to get us those likes, and to also reach everybody that's our audience. That's the whole point. It has to become a business model.
I know that the daycare's calling me. Hold on one
Oh,
second.
okay. But yeah, that's my spiel on social media. I'm done with that. This week's Oh Hell Nah, and we definitely sharing Oh Hell Nah this week.
So
Empire star Jussie Smollett was attacked by two men. Now, the original reports say that the two men were wearing the Make America Great Again hats. And, poured bleach on him, put a rope around his neck, was screaming slurs at him and saying,
racial and homophobic slurs.
Yeah. And then this is Make America Great Again country, like all that silly shit.
Yeah.
I hesitate on that only because I'm not saying that they weren't wearing Make America Great Again hats, but what if they weren't? Because some of the surveillance that has been pushed out looks like they were not wearing those red hats. The people of interest were not, and I don't know where the story came from because it came from TMZ, and I think I've learned to become a whole lot more cautious about the details that I'm taking away from the story.
Right.
Regardless of whether
Either
they were
way.
wearing Make America Great Again hats or no, the fact that he was attacked in such a malicious manner
Yeah, it's super
speaks
disrespectful.
to the climate that we are now living in. And this is one of those things. I encounter an older white person that I kind of converse with on a regular basis, and I said something about being a black woman, and she goes into this, why does it always have to be color with you? And immediately I got so irritated because at that point for me it was like, you as a white woman get the privilege to step away from your color. And then she tried to start telling the story about how she grew up poor, and it's like, but nobody looks at you and says she grew up poor, let's treat her different. People look at me and say she grew up black and she's still black.
Let's make sure she doesn't forget. Even though you're here in this room with us,
There
you're
are
still
real
black.
estate rules that were put in place so that we couldn't live in certain areas, and even still certain areas that we live in, the property value is lower than on a better side of town where you find more white people. Let's just be honest about what the fuck is happening and has happened in this country since the dawn of time. So don't tell me as a black person I gotta stop talking about my black ass experience, especially when you are a white person. That's like you going to the doctor with me and saying, and you giving the doctor my symptoms. Meanwhile, I'm like, that's not, I don't have that.
Or like a man telling a woman how she feels, or a woman telling a man how it's just two different.
It's like you cannot.
Apples and oranges.
Right. Please do not censor my experience just because it makes you uncomfortable. And if it makes you uncomfortable, that lets you know right there that you have not done the work that you need to do to make sure.
Wow. Censor.
Do not
My
censor my
experience.
experience
That's
because
so
it makes
real.
you uncomfortable.
Yes.
You don't get to do that. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that they do that shit.
And the reason some people see it more than others, she's in the field.
Yes.
Let me put that out there. She's not sitting at home behind a computer. She's
I have
in
to
the
interact
field
with people
Right.
all day long. I've gotten jobs because I was black, and I've gotten fired for that same exact reason.
Exactly.
You know, I just want to be A1. But this Jussie situation, yo, like, it made me so angry because, for one, it also speaks to that's the side of black culture that we forget a lot of times, to also be an advocate for our LGBTQ brothers and sisters.
Right, but I feel like, yeah, and I saw that a couple of my LGBT community, a couple of my gay friends, I'm just going to say it like that, because that's what I would say if they were around. They said that because he's a celebrity, everybody wants to care, that every week something happens to one of them and nobody has anything to say. So I think it's more about us. I mean, it's a fucked up situation, period.
It is.
And everybody, I think that we should stop taking situations to point out what other people aren't supporting and just support. Everybody
Yeah.
support whatever you know about, because some people don't know, and that's why they can't support.
But that should never stop you from getting the
I feel like if we all do
Wisdom
our own job, you know, the one golden rule they teach you in kindergarten, treat people how you want to be treated. If everybody will follow that rule, I don't give a damn.
I don't think that's enough. Because you gotta also take care of your fellow brother.
No,
While
I
you
mean,
take care of yourself.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you treated people how you
Exactly.
want to be treated, it would never happen.
It would never happen.
That's my whole
But we
point.
are now adults and we need a better rule than that. That sounds so damn cute, but now that we're adults,
What's the better
and we
rule?
actually have an adult experience.
No, but it's that simple.
It's not that simple though.
Why is it?
Because again, now we're adults and we have adult experiences and all that. Treat people how you want to be treated is not enough.
What do
I'm
you
not
do?
saying that that's
No, I'm
that's
saying
not
as
what we should
individuals,
do.
what can you do? I'm saying, okay, so we're
Everything
here,
within your power.
so we're here talking about it.
Yeah.
About what can we do? That's what I'm saying.
You do everything in your power. Like, especially, okay, let's say we're in an instance, and you and I have recently talked about this, where there are times where we keep our mouths shut in situations where we need to say something because we feel like I need to mind my own business.
That's true.
No. It's time out for all that minding my own business
Yeah,
shit when you see somebody
people
being
act-
victimized.
That's true. Yeah, I feel you on that.
You
like,
say
at least
something.
say something. Yeah.
Say something. And
Yeah.
and if you don't feel comfortable saying something, you need to hit up somebody who can say something.
Right. Hey, look.
Right.
Do this. Yeah.
And sometimes we have loyalty to things that, like,
Upsetting people.
Ah.
We don't want this person to be upset, so we're not
yes,
gonna expose that person.
or
That's
and
a
especially there are so many times again within our black community as black women, we are asked to look the other way when a black man does something that completely violates us because black people are so often pitted
Yeah,
against
that's
each
how a
other.
lot of people go.
But why do I have to shut the fuck up when?
See a nigga, I'm sorry. And he making us look bad, bitch. I'm gonna speak up. Just like this
Like
R.
that-
Kelly situation.
yes.
People are like,
Prime example.
oh, even Chris Brown. Like, not. I know the accusations have been said to be untrue.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I will
Yeah.
say we can't just automatically take up for people because they're
The same color as we are,
yeah.
especially if they own some fuck shit. Here's the
Speaking
thing.
of-
I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire because I already know what you're capable of and
Speaking
who you
of,
are and
sis.
where you came from, which means you gonna have to act accordingly.
And I know this is kind of off subject, but that is exactly why I don't trust Kamala Harris.
I don't
I cannot
either.
trust you. You're married to a white man. I'm so sorry. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying you don't see the world the same way.
I don't know, and because we talked about this last week that we needed to read some of these policies before we were
I
like,
trust Biden
hella
more
on
than I
board.
trust her.
And
If
I
you
just
decide
looking
to.
back at some of her policies, especially about criminal justice reform, I don't know. It feels like the
Yeah.
Clintons all over again. It feels like
No, thank you.
right.
As of right now, she gonna have to
I'm
talk a
good.
little something.
And then now I'm starting to see her pander so much to the black vote.
Yep, that's what everybody's saying. She gonna be twerking before it's over with, and to get the black
I don't
vote.
like
And
that.
she's not gonna get it. We're not stupid anymore. Sorry.
I don't know, sis. I'm the internet is a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Because it gives you access to information, and sometimes the story ain't legit, but sometimes it is.
Yeah, you can't really lie about court documents. Like
Yeah.
even Martin Luther King's death is ruled homicide. So
Yeah.
even
Right
though
after
we
he did-
celebrate him,
Yeah, right after
the
he.
court
Here's a
documents
prime
tell
example of
the
what I
truth.
was just talking about. He did the whole "I Have a Dream" speech, and then a couple weeks later,
He was nonviolent.
He was
And
nonviolent.
so that's
Uh-huh.
what she's saying.
No,
she's
no,
saying,
no.
turn up.
no, I'm not saying turn up because they took out Malcolm too, and he was on some turn up. But
Straight
what I'm
up.
saying is, he later came back and said, "You know what? That was really cute. That was such a cute speech, but it was so naive at the same time because what
Oh,
I
you know,
asked
he came
it-
back and said,
Hell yes."
hold on.
There is actual footage of him saying that it's almost as if we are running into a burning house. I was naive to think that
Shit.
this would be enough.
Why they didn't teach us that part?
They are not going to teach us that, but they keep telling
Hold
us.
on, time out. So we celebrate this every year for 13 years, right? And it's
Mhm.
only the "I Have a Dream" speech. Nobody says that he went back and said that was some bullshit.
Right. He went back after the Vietnam War and said, "You know what?
Nah,
I
it's
don't know
worse than
about
I
this.
thought, y'all.
Yeah, it's worse
These
than I
folks
thought."
crazy.
Because these white folks are not interested at all in integration, and maybe integration is a terrible idea, but
Man.
still,
I'm
yeah.
still on this golden rule shit, man. Y'all can feel how you want to feel. Just don't treat people.
I'm with Martin. That is too naive.
I feel you.
That is too naive. The complexities of where we are right now in this
Require
world.
way more than just treating people how you want to be treated. We need consequences and repercussions around this motherfucker. Speaking of,
But maybe that's me on my killer
yeah,
Mike shit.
I know I'm so random, but speaking of Martin, Bad Boys 3, though.
Yes, I
So
did.
excited.
And it's like, I don't know, like everybody's excited. And I'm like, I mean, that's cool or whatever. I like Bad Boys. I'm gonna go see it.
don't wanna
I'm
show
like,
it.
that's cool or whatever.
Oh, so you gonna get turned about B2K, but you can't
Yes!
get.
I was like, motherfucking B2K.
This. My dad.
Excuse me for being happy about the B2K concert.
This Bad Boys treat all.
Because they
Martin
listen,
Will,
they
dog.
broke up at the height of when I was like 15 years old and finally able to go to concerts. This would be the my
Your
moment.
redemption.
This is my redemption.
You know what? It's probably a lot of people's redemption.
And the problem is like the 99% of that audience has to go get a babysitter to come to this concert.
And there's no
What
shame.
does that tell you?
Yeah.
What does that tell you about where we are now
Well, it tells
with
you
our
it's
lives?
classic fucking music. First of all.
No, it is a classic fucking musical because when was the last time you turned on the radio and heard a
She
B2K
said it,
joint?
not me.
It is a classic fucking music, but it was the music of our time.
Okay, you win.
Because she couldn't even come because she knew that was completely
She right.
bullshit.
She right. Bitches ain't going to celebrate because it's good music. It's going just because it puts you in a whole nother world.
It puts you back
When
like when you were in middle
about
school.
nothing
Yes.
but being cute and polishing your nails and wearing a bunch of fucking bracelets.
Well, life was simple.
Right.
The simple pleasures of life.
Glad you're getting back to them bracelets. Anyway,
All right. So what else?
that's all we got today.
That's all. Oh no. Because remember we were talking before we started the camera, and
And she's always like, save it. We'll talk
yes,
about it.
we'll talk about it. So dating somebody that you're actually physically attracted to.
All right, so.
And this came up because I made that comment that I wasn't physically attracted to somebody. And I was like, well, maybe they'll have a good personality, but deep down it's like, I said, no,
don't even try that shit. If you're not physically attracted, if you are not physically attracted, there is no point.
There isn't. You're right. I'm okay with that.
And that's okay.
Because some people heard it and went shallow, and I'm like, okay. I'm okay with that.
No.
But I feel like
That
I
would be doing him a
should be
disservice.
able to check all the boxes. Like, I have done it. I have done so
You
many.
cute. I bet you like looking at you. That ain't fair.
Right.
You gonna like looking at me, but I don't
But
wanna look at you. What
but,
you looking at?
But on some
First of
other
all.
shit though, it's like I've already done all the shit in relationships that I don't want to do. So this time around, I think I'm gonna check all the boxes and be intentional about it.
And that's a word.
So I'm gonna get everything that I want, and if that means that I'm gonna be single for about 5 or 6 years, I'm completely
Keep talking that shit. It might be 5 or 6 months.
It might be 5 or 6 months. I mean, I don't know.
For the time being.
Yeah, I'm kind of open to whatever happens at this point because that's where I'm at. Like, if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Like, either way.
Right.
What I'm more concerned about is reliable penis.
In other news, we gonna leave it at that, okay? Reliable what? All right. And that's right
Because Tony Gaskin was on The Breakfast Club. And
Okay,
he was
he's
like,
good people.
yeah, and he was like, sex is not a priority in a relationship. And I'm like, speak for yourself, my brother.
What is
Because for me,
What
it
does it
is
mean
a
it's not a
priority.
priority?
Like he's not saying like it isn't one of those things that is a requirement to check a box. Like it's one of those things that you can work through and work over, I guess.
Let me find out he ain't schlong.
Like that's
What
part
are
of
you
my
talking about?
part of my
That's
communication.
everything. You ask 100 women, 99.9 of them gonna say they gonna need that shit right.
Yes, that is
Anyway,
part of my communication. But I mean, and I saw where he was trying to go with it about building a relationship on more than just
Yeah,
sex.
because
And
sex is better when you have a better when you love each
exactly
other.
because it starts somewhere mentally and emotionally. Like I can be way more vulnerable. I can be way more vulnerable with you and share this experience a little bit better when I actually trust you, when I actually know you, and when your pleasure is actually top of mind.
Ooh,
You know?
and that's a word.
Oh wait.
Oh, word.
But nigga, don't ever get it twisted and don't think that I can't be out here in these streets just fucking for cash. Well, not for cash.
Really?
Not for cash.
Really?
But
She's had this, I don't know what, it's a syndrome since like what, how old when all her friends started fucking, or maybe since high school. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me make sure people know I'm gonna get down if I want to, even though I ain't had none in years, maybe. Or she could, it's still a virgin, and she's like, I don't think I won't bust it wide open.
exactly. Don't think I won't bust it.
And I think that's just her way of saying, I'm not doing it because
It's not
any
required.
other reason, then I don't want to.
And I
if
feel
I
like
just happen
because
to
so
want to, I'll just get into
often
it.
as women, we get into that space because we feel like we have to perform sex in a certain way for these men. The sex is not for men, sis. The sex is for everybody that's involved.
And I think that's where Dirty 30 comes from, because as a kid, when you don't know the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, no, and think about how many of our boyfriends we had sex with that we really didn't want to have sex with, but we did it because
that's
my
our
boyfriend.
And if I don't do it, someone else will.
Yes.
Look, I know this is a lot, but anyway, I think I was like 15 or 16. I had this boyfriend on the basketball team, so all the hoes loved him. Anyway, he asked me if the girl sucked him up, would it be cheating? And I'm like, no, because I'm not gonna do it. But you gotta still be my boyfriend. And that's what happened. And she was big mad because she thought I was gonna break him up because she did her performance or whatever. No, he's still my boyfriend. You're just nasty. Yeah, it was that bad.
And see, but that's like a prime example of what I'm talking about. We felt
Yeah,
like
but the older I got, the more I felt like the pressure is on now.
And then my confidence look a whole lot different. So I can have sex with you and put you out of my room just like that. Like you gotta go now.
Or we can cuddle because you really want to cuddle.
We can cuddle
We
because
want to be savages. So
yeah, no. And I was getting to that. There are levels to this. Like I can do either or. If I'm honestly in this moment,
trying to let a nigga know that
I'm on the same energy you on.
No, I'm gonna do the fuck. Period.
Right. Whatever energy I'm on, that's what energy I'm on.
Period.
Period. Okay. Because I do have now the confidence and the freedom to say, if I'm just having sex with this guy because I'm exactly
to scratch an itch or
to scratch an itch, and that's it. But then at the same time, there's that little part of me that is a Pisces moon that goes, "Oh, I wish he would call me and text me."
Oh, so he ain't gonna text me?
So nigga, you ain't gonna text me even though I just gave you some.
Oh, you better have
But
text
then
me. I'm not gonna text you.
I was also the same person who just said, "Didn't you bust one? Okay,
Don't
then get
call
out.
me.
Like where are your shoes at? Get out."
It happens.
Listen,
that's what happens when
we're going to listen back to this podcast when we turn 40 and we're going to go, what in the fuck?
Hey, I'm living my best life.
We're going to go, what the fuck?
I really love that song because even if you're not living your best life, singing the song makes you feel like.
But the thing about it is, who gets to decide that it's your best life?
I think that as long as you're in a space where you are thankful, you're living your best life.
Yeah.
That's how blessings flow. Let me go and put that gem in there. I know we've been talking a whole lot of shit this episode, but let me throw that out there. The secret to happiness is to be thankful, y'all. I swear to everything good. I'm not gonna swear to him because I'm not gonna do it.
But yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
You know, we all have varying degrees of what we're dealing with, but then we also have so many blessings.
If you take a second, I don't care what kind of situation you're in, if you take a second to be thankful for whatever's in front of you, even if it's only your own 2 feet with your last pair of shoes. Thank God for those shoes. Because somebody ain't got feet.
Now, it's okay to still want.
Now, you can still get your pen and paper out and write your list of things that you want, and they're going to come. They will manifest. But you just, in whatever moment, learn to be grateful. That's gratitude. That's why we're happy today. Not because everything's perfect or bitch ain't tired.
Because, bitch, everything is falling apart.
We got to wrap it up now so I can go get my baby.
Because you know what I'm saying. And when I wrap it up, I got 110 fires to put out.
That's right. And edit all this shit we've been talking.
Because life was short.
But I'm so thankful.
Me too.
Okay. Love you, friend.
All right. I love you too.
Bye, guys.
Make sure you listen to next week's episode of Sister Code. It'll be available at 2:00 p.m. right on the free iHeartRadio app, iTunes, and
agentsofbeta.com. And guys, share it.
And YouTube.
Share it with your friends.
Yeah, just search Sister Code. It's 2 words.
That's
it's
it.
2. If you can spell
Sister
sister and code.
Like G code, but with sisters.
Yeah.
Gangsters.
With extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2.
If you're bad and you know it, don't forget to show out. Calling all my bad